What's up, Tech Gang? Stefan here from TechRight. In this video, I'm going to be giving you 10 reasons to pick up the new Samsung Galaxy A53 5G. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. We have the Galaxy A53 5G right here, and I've honestly been really liking this device the last few days. I've been playing with it. I actually have my whole SIM in this right now. This is my main SIM card, and I have to say, I feel like a lot of people are going to be enjoying this device, and we're going to talk about 10 reasons on why I think you should pick up this device if you guys are in the market. Now we're going to be getting right into this one, and I feel like first and foremost, the price of this device. So this device is $449, and if you guys actually pre-order this device, you can get the Gearbuds Live for free, and that's a $179 value, they say. I believe it's a bit more around the $100 value or whatever, but that's a really good value. You guys can go ahead and sell those back and honestly pretty much pay under $100 for this phone at the end of the day if you want to do a little bit of work and get that out of the way. But price tag and everything is very good. I know from last year the Galaxy A52 5G was actually $50 more, so they've lowered the price even more on the A53 5G, and I definitely commend Samsung for that. Now the second reason why I think you should pick up this phone is because of the display on this device. This has a Super AMOLED display, and it's actually capable of 120 Hertz as far as the refresh rate. You guys can change it from 60 if you guys want to keep it on the low side, or go up all the way to 120, and I think it just looks really good on this device, and I've really been enjoying the fluidity on this device as well. Not to mention, this is a Super AMOLED display, and this definitely shows it pretty well. I think Samsung has some pretty good colors on here. The contrast is always beautiful, and you get some very deep and pretty colors on this device while watching movies, different TV shows, and scrolling through social media. Now the other thing that I don't think people talk a lot about is that the protection that we have on here is actually Gorilla Glass 5, so we actually have that on this device, so that's going to be really nice. If you drop your device, it's going to give you a little bit more protection on the screen department, so that's nice to see that on there. Getting into the third reason definitely has to be the 5,000 milliamp battery inside of this device. So this has a huge 5,000 milliamp battery, and I think it's gone up about 500 milliamps since the A52 5G from last year, so that's actually really cool that they've upgraded this device in that department. This is also capable of 25 watt fast charging, so that's really nice. You guys are gonna be able to charge this device up very quickly. I noticed that just in like 30 minutes I can get up to like 50% or something crazy like that. So you guys are not going to have any issues charging up this device and, you know, getting a little quick charge in if it's low, and doing whatever you need to do, running your errands and stuff. So that's going to be very nice if you guys have one of those chargers around, because this doesn't actually offer a charger inside of the box. So I would definitely pick up a 25 watt charger if you guys don't have one already, and definitely get the full use out of this device. Now getting into the fourth reason why I think you should pick up this device is honestly the form factor. So the form factor of this device is going to be a little bit different than last year's device. If you guys see the camera bump right here, as I talked about in previous videos, it's kind of like a half pipe, so it's just seamlessly connected to the back of the phone. It's not like a Lego brick, like it's just set on there, and I'm really liking that. You know, the build of the device doesn't feel the most premium, but I feel like for the price tag, it's honestly really good. Now, I'm not going to say it's better than last year's build, but the form factor I do like a lot better, because we actually do have this transition from this matte black back or whatever color that you get, and we go into this little tiny shiny metallic type of material right here, which I presume is plastic. But I still think it looks a lot better, feels a lot better, and it kind of reminds me of the Galaxy S21 and makes it look a little bit more premium in my opinion. So I'm really liking the form factor on this so far, and it's really easy to hold in my hand as well. I feel like it's a really nice device. Being so big at 6.5 inches, you know, you would think it's super huge, but in my hand it honestly feels pretty compact. Getting into the fifth reason, I would have to say the updates on this device. Now, Samsung did something really awesome to this device. So we're going to be getting 4 major OS updates for the next 4 years. So up until 2026, this device is still going to be kicking. So it's really nice that we have those major OS updates just kind of verified on there for the A53 5G. So you don't have to worry about, applications not working well and such. So that's really cool that we have that on here. The other thing is we're going to have security updates as well, security patches coming out of nowhere. I actually just got one a couple days ago already, so it's nice that Samsung is keeping this device current, and it seems like they want this device to do very, very well. So, it's cool that we get those updates, and obviously we have Android 12 on this device straight out of the box. We have UI 4.1 as well, so it's nice that we get all of the current stuff that Samsung and Google has to offer on here. Getting into number 6, this is a really, really cool thing right here as well. But if you guys take a look at the bottom of the phone right here, we actually have a SIM tray, and if we go ahead and eject this, we can actually put a micro SD card on the back of it. So it's really cool. I have my SIM in there already, but you guys can actually have your SIM, just one SIM inside of there. And on the back of it, you guys can expand your memory via micro SD card. So I thought that was always cool. A lot of flagship devices and a ton of mid-range devices now, especially like from the big brands like Samsung, aren't letting you expand your memory. But Samsung definitely brought all the goods to the tables when it came to this phone because, people wanting to sell their, expensive phone to get something a little bit cheaper, especially in these times, are definitely going to have something to look forward to, like an expansion of memory. So that's really cool that Samsung actually went ahead and did that, especially in 2022. Getting into the 7th reason to pick up this device is that this has a very, very good base model. Now, I do have the base model right here. We can go up to 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of internal storage, but the base model on here gives you 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of internal storage, and I think that's absolutely perfect. I've picked up devices from the past that I've paid, over $700-800 for that only had 64 gigabytes of internal storage in it, like many Apple devices I've had in the past. So it's nice that we get 128 gigabytes of internal storage outside of the box, and we get the 6 gigabytes of RAM packed in here, as well as the virtual RAM that we can use on here as well. So we can go up from 6 gigabytes to 8 gigabytes of RAM using the virtual RAM inside of this device. So it's nice to see that type of storage and RAM on this device. Getting into the 8th reason is that this has a really, really solid camera. Now, I'm going to be doing many other videos covering the camera on this device, such as tips and tricks and, certain sample videos and stuff like that. But it seems like they fixed the stabilization in the 4K camera and the 1080 60 frames per second. So it's nice to see that, because that seems to be like, the difference between a flagship and a mid-range device. And there's always been that like threshold where they're kind of gatekeeping the best type of quality video and pictures. But this isn't going to lack in quality, especially for $449. Out the door, this is really, really good price, and you're going to get a really good onboard camera that really we've never seen before on a series device, in my opinion. So they fixed the camera stabilization, and in the keynote, it seems like they talk about fixing it in the software department as far as the camera goes. So it seems like they pulled of Google, but I'm really liking what they did with the camera. And it's bringing some really good video and photos that we would typically get from a phone that costs twice as much. So really good that they fixed it there. So if anybody's, needs to get a cheaper phone, going down from a flagship device and you guys just need something cheaper, this is definitely not going to sacrifice on the camera quality. And I feel like for most people, this is going to be really, really good. Now, getting down to the 9th reason to pick up this device, it's definitely has to be the speakers on this device. So we actually do have a stereo setup on here, and it's very loud and very clear. And honestly, it's pretty comparable to the S22. I feel like a lot of people won't even notice the difference. But the stereo speakers on here are great, honestly, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and turn these up. So if we go ahead and cover up the bottom of the phone, we still have a loudspeaker in the headset right there. And if we cover up this, obviously, so we get some very crisp, very high quality sound coming from this device, and it's really impressed me so far. And the last reason, number 10, is that this actually comes with NFC in this device. So I'm really, really happy that they ended up putting NFC on this device. Now, Samsung Pay is not available on this device, but the thing is you can go ahead and easily set up Google Pay, so that's nice to see. If you guys saw Samsung Pay right now, I did try it out. It didn't end up working. It wasn't compatible, but Google Pay is more than compatible on this device. So you guys can add things like pay contactless, you know, send a request, obviously, all that type of stuff. But the main thing right here is, you know, adding your debit and credit cards to your phone and just, you know, checking out by tapping the little chip on the cash register. So that's really cool that we have that option. And for the most part, I feel like Google Pay works pretty much the same as Samsung Pay, if not a little bit better. But yeah, guys, hopefully you did enjoy this video. I'm gonna do some other stuff like a gaming review on this phone, and I've been trying a few other things out to make some content on this device for you guys. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Also, if you did enjoy this video, definitely give it a like, as well as subscribing if you're not part of the Tech Gang already. Also, hit the notification bell if you guys want to be notified every time I do upload a new video. This has been Safon from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.